One question. When did date rape become funny?
Critiquing the culture. Critiquing the culture. Critiquing the culture.
So here's the problem with Coming to America, the sequel, that for some odd reason, no one is talking about. And it seems as though no one is at all concerned with is the issue of date rape. I don't know where in the course of human civilization we decided, especially in this quote unquote modern era, that we decided and somehow made some sort of silent agreement that drugging someone, a friend, and campaigning for or soliciting for someone, some stranger, to forcibly have sex with them while they are under the influence without their knowledge, and then a child becomes a product of that, and you create an entire film around it that is somehow cloaked in humor, that is acceptable, that it is allowable, and that we should be laughing at it. That is the primary and I would say most dominant issue with the sequel, Coming to America. There are a lot of other people who have written and are planning to write, and I'm pretty sure do analysis of the film in terms of its artistic quality, or what the film really represented, and all of these other things, right? And one of the beautiful things about living in this era, this digital era, this hyper saturated multimedia era, is that we have the ability to do that, right? We have the language in which we are able to offer various critiques. This is not what my analysis is about. And the reason for that is because art in its very nature is subjective. For some people, they will like a particular joke and it lands very well on them, and for other people it won't. And that's perfectly fine. But one thing that I do know is that date rape has never been funny. It will never be funny. And it's not something that I feel that we as human beings, regardless of your sex, your race, your economic, socio status, or anything like that, your education level, or where you are in the world regionally or geographically, it is not something that we should, as human beings, allow. It's not something that we should watch or consume for entertainment purposes. The fact that the writers of this sequel stretched this storyline so far and forced the narrative of date rape as the reason why this new character, the son of Prince Hakeem, I can't even remember his name, but how he came to be and how he came into existence. The fact that the root of that is the cause of Prince Akeem's assistant and friend, Simi, drugging him and then soliciting a stranger in a nightclub to have sex with the prince and royal heir to this fictional kingdom. And this woman agrees to it, and she violates his sexual agency, is and will always be a fucking problem. One of the reasons why I personally believe and feel very, very strongly as why people are not taking this issue so seriously, or why people are making allowances for it, is because it was a male character and a male figure to whom this sexual assault was happening. People laugh at the fact that men are groped by women, that men are sexually violated by women, and they laugh it off, and because they don't see it as something that is a problem, right? And there are many reasons for that, patriarchy being one of the most notable ones. But if this were a princess, the princess of Zamunda, and her assistant had done this to her, this would not be a full-length feature film. It would be a mini-series on Lifetime, or it would be an episode of SVU. And we wouldn't be laughing at it. So I'm just trying to understand, how is it that we are making allowances for someone and for an entire storyline where someone is being sexually assaulted, sexually harmed and violated, and a child is the product of that, and now he becomes, or they want to campaign for him to become the royal heir to the throne, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. How is it that we're supposed to be okay with this? The simplest answer is that we're not supposed to. I'm just going to end with this really quickly. I believe very strongly that we as Black people, we as African Americans here within the United States, we want this film and other Black films to do so well because we have been excluded, we have been exploited, we have been made to be invisible in every space that there is here within this society. And sometimes we want to belong to something so badly, or we want to be seen so badly, that we will allow illegalities, we will allow social taboos is not the right word, but we will allow inhumane acts and inhumane practices to exist in the name of visibility. And this is the year that we should put an end to all of that bullshit. We should want to be seen. We should want to be heard. We should want to have our likeness, our imagery, our prismatic and dynamic culture to be seen in the best way possible. And I'm not talking about respectability, politics, or anything like that, but what I am talking about is we should want to be seen in the best way possible when it comes to treating human beings, treating one another with basic human rights, and not violating people's bodies, not violating people's sexualities, and making a joke about it. That is, and will always be, the dominant and the primary problem with Coming to America, the sequel. If I've ruined it for you, then I probably did my job. So, overall, I hope that this will offer a deeper perspective onto this issue of Coming to America, the sequel.
Critiquing the culture. Critiquing the culture.